The Texas sun beat down on Austin, a city known for its vibrant music scene and friendly folks. 11-year-old Audrey Sob lived in a cozy, tree-lined neighborhood, a world filled with the comforting rhythm of family life. She was a whirlwind of energy, her bright eyes sparkling with mischief and a deep love for football, especially the Philadelphia Eagles. Her dad, Ryan, had taught her how to throw a perfect spiral, and Sundays were sacred, a time for cheering on their team with her grandfather, Pop, his booming laughter filling the living room. Audrey, perched between them, felt invincible. Then the unthinkable. A sudden accident, a blur of sirens and hushed whispers, and Ryan was gone. The house, once filled with his boisterous presence, fell silent. Audrey's world tilted on its axis. The grief was a heavy blanket, smothering her usual spark. Just months later, as if a cruel joke were being played, Pop followed, his heart weakened by age and the loss of his son. Audrey was adrift, lost in a sea of sorrow, two anchors ripped away. School became a minefield of pitying glances and awkward silences. The upcoming daddy-daughter dance, a cherished tradition, loomed like a dark cloud. The daddy-daughter dance was the event of the spring. Girls in Audrey's class chattered excitedly about dresses and corsages, their fathers beaming with pride and anticipation. Audrey, however, retreated further into herself. The thought of attending, of twirling around the dance floor without her dad, was unbearable. She pretended to be sick, invented excuses, anything to avoid the inevitable heartache. Holly, Audrey's mother, watched her daughter's pain with a breaking heart. She knew the dance was a painful reminder, but she also knew Audrey needed something, anything, to lift her spirits. Holly remembered countless evenings spent watching Eagles games, Ryan explaining the intricacies of the game to Audrey, her eyes glued to the screen, particularly when number 36, safety Anthony Harris, made a spectacular play. A memory sparked. Audrey, jumping up and down, yelling, "Harris is the best." Desperate, Holly did something she never thought she'd do. She found Anthony Harris on social media. Her fingers trembled as she typed, her message a plea from one parent to another, a Hail Mary pass into the digital void. She explained Audrey's situation, the double loss, the upcoming dance. She didn't expect a reply. Famous athletes were busy people living in a different world. She added a picture of a smiling Audrey, in her Eagles jersey, standing between Ryan and Pop. It felt pathetic, and yet it was all she had. She hit send and tried to forget about it, bracing herself for the inevitable disappointment. Anthony Harris wasn't just a talented athlete. He was a man of deep compassion. His own life had been touched by loss, and he understood the importance of community and support. He scrolled through his messages, most of them fan requests or advertisements, when Holly's message caught his eye. The picture of Audrey, flanked by her father and grandfather, both now gone, resonated deeply. He read Holly's words, the raw emotion pouring off the screen. He researched Audrey and her family, learning about Ryan's dedication to his community and Pop service in the military. He was moved by their story, by the palpable love that still radiated from their photos. The NFL schedule was grueling, a relentless cycle of practices, games, and travel. But something about this request, this young girl's pain, tugged at his heartstrings. It wasn't about publicity. It was about something far more profound. Harris replied to Holly, his message short and to the point. "I'm in." Holly stared at the screen, tears welling up. She couldn't believe it. She showed the message to Audrey, who initially refused to believe it was real. The disbelief slowly morphed into stunned joy. A flicker of light rekindled in her eyes. The next few days were a whirlwind. Harris, true to his word, made arrangements. He flew to Texas, not drawing attention to himself, preferring to keep the focus on Audrey. He met with Holly secretly, and together they planned the perfect evening. They went dress shopping, Holly letting Audrey choose a beautiful, flowing blue dress, the color of the Eagles, of course. They found sparkly silver shoes that Audrey adored. A hair appointment was booked, and a makeup artist was lined up. Harris insisted on covering all the expenses, wanting Audrey to feel like a princess, not a charity case. He wanted this to be her night, a chance to escape the sadness, even if just for a few hours. Audrey was pampered and primped, her excitement building with each passing moment. She still couldn't quite believe this was happening. When the doorbell rang, her heart leaped into her throat. She opened the door, and there he was, Anthony Harris, even taller and more imposing in person than he appeared on television. He smiled warmly, his eyes crinkling at the corners. He presented her with a delicate corsage of white roses, a perfect match for her dress. The school gymnasium was transformed into a fairyland, twinkling lights strung across the ceiling, tables laden with treats. Other girls danced with their fathers, their faces glowing with happiness. For a moment, a pang of sadness hit Audrey, but then Harris took her hand, and the sadness receded. He led her onto the dance floor, and they began to sway to the music. He wasn't just going through the motions. He was genuinely present, asking her about school, her friends, her favorite Eagles players, besides him, of course. Audrey, emboldened by his kindness, shared her story, her voice trembling at first, but gaining strength as she spoke. She told him about her dad's terrible jokes, about Pop's war stories, about how much she missed them both. Harris listened intently, offering words of comfort and understanding. He, in turn, shared some of his own struggles, the pressures of professional sports, the importance of perseverance. He told her about losing a close friend when he was younger, the pain still lingering. He emphasized the importance to find joy in the small things. Later, after the dance, Harris took Audrey to a quiet diner, a local favorite. They talked for hours, sharing stories and laughter. He presented her with a signed Eagles jersey, personalized with her name and his number. It was a memento of a night she would never forget, a tangible reminder that kindness and compassion could bloom in the most unexpected places. Audrey returned home that night, her heart full. The sadness hadn't vanished completely, but it was tempered by a newfound sense of hope and gratitude. She hugged Holly tightly, thanking her for the most incredible night of her life. The story, of course, didn't stay contained. Holly posted a heartfelt thank you to Harris on social media, along with a picture of him and Audrey dancing. Harris retweeted it, adding a simple message, honored to be Audrey's date. Such a strong and inspiring young lady. The post went viral, garnering thousands of likes and retweets. Local news outlets picked up the story, then national ones. It was a feel-good story in a world often dominated by negativity, a testament to the power of human connection. Audrey returned to school, a changed girl. The pitying glances were replaced by admiration. She still missed her dad and grandfather terribly, but she carried their memory with her, not as a burden, but as a source of strength. She started playing flag football with her friends, rediscovering her love for the game. Audrey and Harris kept in touch. He sent her encouraging messages before her games, and she cheered him on during his. He became a mentor, a friend, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, light could be found. He even invited her and Holly to a game. Audrey will always have this night. She will tell her kids about the time an NFL player showed her that she could be strong and happy. She learned that the love of her father and grandfather will never truly fade, but it's okay to move forward. The daddy-daughter dance, once a symbol of loss, became a symbol of hope, a testament to the enduring power of kindness and the unexpected connections that can heal even the deepest wounds. It was a reminder that sometimes all it takes is a single act of generosity to change a life forever, and that sometimes the best things in life come when you least expect them.